every time there is a mission that comes in this country, or when they meet some of the diplomats here, they complain, oh, the PPP is linked up with drug dealers. That's one. Well, they did that in the period running up to 2015, that we're in the pocket of the drug dealers. So much so that a US report came out that we had given Roger Khan a large tract of forest land as a government. And it was in one of the US drug reports. We were surprised as to where this came from. So we asked the US government. We said, it's not true. You should correct the report. And they said, well, the report is out. It's hard to correct. And guess how we found out who told them this? You had WikiLeaks. And then the cables and the correspondence from the embassy here up to Washington named the individual who told them this. And guess who he was? One of the PNCR members. That is what they were doing then. Lying, vilifying the government quietly so that it will get into the US circles. Oh, we're linked, we gave Roger Khan this large tract of forested land, which was not true, was a lie, blatant lie. We would have never found out who did this unless you had WikiLeaks. So they're back at this again. I think this worked well for them in that period. So they're back at this again, every mission that comes out. And Norton said it. He said, oh, we are complaining to the diplomatic community that this government is linked to the drug dealers and the underworld. But you have a US presence here now in the form of the DEA, and they know about the collaboration that we have on these matters. But that's not the only thing they talk about. So every time they meet these diplomats, they have a standard script. Who meets the diplomat, they talk about, we're raiding the sovereign wealth fund. So imagine the sovereign wealth fund under APNU that they pass after the no confidence motion, that is the Natural Resources Fund, had a direct charge from the government on the sovereign wealth fund. So you didn't have to go through the appropriation process through Parliament. You could have charged bills directly to the fund, not transparent. We removed that. Every cent spent on now oil money has to go through the Parliament of Guyana. Every single cent. And it can't be charged against the sovereign wealth fund. It has to be charged against the money that comes to the budget. The sovereign wealth fund, whatever remains there, can only be invested into the future by a board, not by the Minister of Finance any longer, which we changed, but by a board of directors headed by Major General retired Joe Singh. A board with international participants there. I think even the UK. Yes. So this is what's done there. Secondly, we changed the law about receipts into the fund. We said, because remember, they didn't put the 18 million into the fund. The 18 million signing bonus. Jordan said he thought it was a gift to the government of Guyana. They hid it from the consolidated fund and from the balance sheet of the central bank.